Hey folks, Garrett here. Finally back with a figure review, the first figure review of the new channel. And I could not have picked a better figure to do this on. The Revenge of the Fallen Voyager Megatron. Before we get into this, if I sound a bit tired or a bit slow, I spent the day in Canton, Texas at a flea market. Now when I say flea market in Canton, Texas, that means the entire town of Canton, Texas is basically one big giant flea market. It's open the first Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of the month, and you pretty much need all 4 days to get through everything they have there. We only spent 1 day, so obviously I didn't get a chance to go through everything. However, I did find this guy out there. Very cool little figure. Gonna need a few repairs, a couple of repairs done before I do a review on him, but I was quite happy with this find. I never got this figure and was quite pleased and impressed with him. So let's talk about Voyager Megatron. Without a doubt, my new favorite figure of the line. He is extremely well designed. The details, the sculpting, etc. is amazing. He has some very ingenious engineering, particularly in how the legs are formed. And he's also, I think, the easiest figure out of the Revenge of the Fallen line so far to transform. I mean, maybe Breakaway is probably the next easiest, but this guy's pretty simple. I mean, just all around an excellent figure. I highly recommend him. So his alternate form is a hybrid Cybertronian tank jet. One of the other reasons I really like this figure is I think that this alt mode is much closer to what we actually see in the film, at least from my recollections. The leader class Megatron, I really didn't care much, haven't cared much for that figure since we first started seeing pictures of him. I think he's very out of proportion. After seeing the film, I don't think the alt mode looks anything like he did in the movie. This is a much better representation. There's a slight difference in the robot mode. The leader class is a bit closer on the robot mode, but this one's robot mode is actually, I think, much more menacing than the leader class one. But we'll get to that shortly. Alright, so in the tank mode, he's, as we can see, hopefully, I kind of have a new lighting setup because I've had to move to a new room. I've been playing around and practicing with it for the last couple of days trying to get it to look right. And I might still need to tweak it. I think it still may look just a teeny bit yellow. But anyways, hopefully it's working. So his main color here is kind of a grayish green, unpainted plastic, but it's very well detailed. All the little lines and Cybertronian, futuristic little armor platings and all those little lines, very, very well sculpted. Lots of great designs in there. There's a few tiny little paint apps on the vehicle mode. Here on the edge of these wings here, there's a little bit of silver. You get a little bit of silver here and here on this piece, which eventually becomes his back, and a teeny bit of gold. Then you got these two stripes of a charcoal metallic gray painted right here. Teeny little dot of red right there painted on. Here on the back, on the housings for the jets, you get a little bit of silver here on the tips, just for a little highlight. I do like that here on the little tread assemblies on the side. A lot of times, though, this part right here, when we get Transformers with treads, they're all black, or occasionally they paint them. I'm glad they definitely painted them here. There's a lot of cool little details in there that the paint does a very good job of bringing out, little highlights in there. If you flip them over so that you can see the bottom, now you do see basically his robot chest and pelvis area, and a little bit of paint app here, and Decepticon logo here. There are no Decepticon logos on top of the vehicle mode at all. The only thing that might detract some people is that he does have his head does appear here, although I think they've done a pretty good job of covering it up with this little faceplate that comes down and covers it up. Plus these little wings fold up and down, so jet mode there, bring that down for the tank mode. When it's down in the tank mode, I think because it fills in this area, does a better job of hiding that head as well. So transformation. We're going to start with the legs. That's what you got to start with, and I think it's a pretty ingenious design on the legs. Pretty cool the way they transform. But to start, we need to disconnect the two black wings here from the tank tread assemblies. There's this one sticks pretty good. There we go. There's two little pegs right here, two little holes here that pegs into. And basically you want to unpeg those and just lift those up to get them out of the way for right now. The legs, I want to flip them up this way so we can see this part a little bit better. The housings for the thrusters here on the back become the armor plating on his thighs, and what you need to do is take the tread, fold it down like this, open these two pieces up like so, and just slide that in right there. Go ahead and do the other side. Like so. Now the next part, this green-gray little plate right here needs to flip up, and which will open up this compartment. But this piece, that little bitty tread will fold back that way, and then this piece just folds up right up into that empty compartment. Flip that back down, flip his toes forward. Go ahead and do this side. Flip that piece up. This comes back. Fold that up. Flip it back down. Bring his toes forward. Now we're not quite done with the legs yet. There's one other thing we got to do. As with most of the Revenge of the Fallen figures, it seems they have chicken leg syndrome. So does Megatron. What we have to do here to start with is you want to take his leg and bend it at the knee backwards like so. And I don't know if you can see, but there's a little bitty split right there through the middle of the thigh. What you're going to do is hold the top half in place like this, and then bring and separate the bottom from the top. Bring the bottom piece all the way forward like so, which then gets that little L shape for the little chicken leg. Go ahead and do this side, bring that back, hold the top in place, bring the bottom down. And there you have Megatron's leg.